This is you standing alone inside a broken hut, with rain dripping slowly in silence. Around nothing moves inside the hut, except still air and silence filling every corner. Slowly tonight raindrops fall from the broken roof, making small echo sounds inside the dark empty room. Drip by drip water hits the ground like a ticking clock, slowly counting down your time. Your mother coughs weakly in the corner, her fragile body barely holding on to life. She coughs again, her breathing uneven and weak as the silence grows heavier around, and again the sound repeats, filling the room with helplessness and quiet suffering. You sit beside her, quietly watching, unable to do anything as the moment drags. You stare at the floor, doing nothing, because deep down you already know the truth, because you cannot change anything. No matter how hard you try. In this moment you slowly reach into your pocket, hoping something inside might change everything. Today, you pull out a few crumpled bills, realizing instantly they are far from enough. That is all you have left in your hand after everything you have already lost. It is not enough to fix anything, and deep down you already understand this truth. It will never be enough, no matter how many times you try to fix things again. Outside, the world feels empty, like everyone already gave up long before you. No one is left to help you anymore, and the silence outside feels endless. Your father is gone, and nothing was left behind except the weight now on you. No help ever came when everything went wrong, and you were left to deal with it. Now everything depends on you, and there is no one else left to carry this burden. The weight of everything slowly builds inside you until it becomes impossible to ignore. Then, suddenly, a knock at the door breaks the silence and changes everything. Instantly you freeze in place as your body reacts before your mind can even process the sound. Another knock follows, louder this time, making your heart beat faster inside your chest. You take slow steps toward the door, feeling each movement heavier than before. Your hand reaches for the door as hesitation builds quietly inside your mind. You open the door slowly, revealing a man standing there in complete silence. He says nothing, and just stands there watching you carefully without any emotion. His eyes stay locked on you, making the silence between both of you even heavier. Then he looks past you toward your mother, lying weak in the corner of the room, then back at you again, as if he already knows what you are going through inside. Without a word he steps inside the hut, taking control of the moment. Instantly, you notice something in his hand, but you cannot clearly see what it is. Yet the cold metallic shine slowly becomes visible as he brings it closer to you. He places the weapon into your hands, making the weight of it feel very real. You hesitate for a moment, unsure if this is the line you are about to cross. He raises his hand and points silently toward the dark forest outside. The forest stands there silent and deep, like it is waiting for something to happen. You turn back toward your mother, hearing her weak cough echo. Once again she is still struggling, each breath sounding weaker than the last one before. You look down at the weapon in your hands, knowing what it means now. Then, your eyes move toward the darkness outside, where everything will change. Something shifts inside you slowly, replacing fear with a stronger feeling. You grip the weapon firmly, making your decision without saying a single word. That night you step into the forest, leaving behind everything you once knew forever. Your first step inside feels heavier, like you are crossing into something unknown. The forest feels different, alive, and watching you with a strange silent presence. It is too quiet, like even the smallest sound could reveal your presence. Instantly you move forward slowly, making sure every step is careful and controlled. You avoid stepping on anything that might make noise in the silence around you. Suddenly, a small sound breaks the silence, making your entire body react instantly. You stop moving, completely freezing in place. As your senses heighten sharply, you hold your breath, trying not to make even the smallest sound. In the darkness, nothing happens, and the silence returns, making the moment even more intense. You slowly begin to move again, still careful, but slightly more focused. Now time passes slowly, and every second feels longer than it should in this place. Hunger starts to grow inside you, making your body weaker. With each step your legs feel heavy, but you keep moving forward without stopping. Then suddenly, something moves nearby, breaking your focus. Instantly you look toward it, and finally see a shape slowly forming in the darkness. It is beautiful and calm, standing there unaware of what is about to happen. It breathes slowly, alive and real, in a way that makes you hesitate deeply. Your hands begin to shake as you raise the weapon toward the target. Slowly your finger rests on the trigger as your mind struggles between right and wrong. You pause for a moment, feeling everything inside you fighting against this choice. Then something inside you changes, and your decision becomes clear instantly. You slowly pull the trigger, crossing the line that separates who you were from now. A single shot breaks the silence, echoing through the forest louder than expected. Birds fly away. Instantly, as the quiet forest reacts violently to the sudden noise, the animal collapses slowly, its body falling to the ground without resistance. You stand there frozen, unable to process what just happened in front of you for a moment. Nothing moves as the weight of your action settles into reality. Then slowly you begin to walk toward the body, unsure of what you will feel next. Each step feels heavier. As you get closer to what you have just done, you finally reach it. Standing over the body, looking down in silence, you reach out and touch it, feeling the warmth still present in its body. It feels real, too real, and that moment hits you harder than expected. You feel something deep inside you shift. As guilt begins to rise quickly, the weight of what you did becomes clear and it hits you. All at once, you close your eyes briefly, trying to process everything in that moment. But then something unexpected begins to replace the guilt slowly. Different feeling starts to grow inside you, stronger than before. You realize what you just did solved your biggest problem instantly. The answer was always here, waiting, and you finally found it yourself. Money becomes the first thing that comes into your mind after this moment. Medicine follows next. As you think about what this means for your situation, survival becomes clear as the only thing that matters to you right now. You turn and walk back into the forest, ready to do it all over again. You return again, stepping into the forest like it has now become part of you, and again you repeat the same actions as it slowly becomes your new normal. It starts to feel easier, like your body already knows what to do. Every time the fear you once felt disappears completely, leaving only focus behind you. No longer hesitate, your hands move without doubt or second thoughts. Everything becomes faster, cleaner, and more efficient. With every attempt you improve rapidly, becoming something very different from who you were before. Your aim becomes sharper, allowing you to hit targets without wasting effort. Your timing improves, making every move calculated and controlled perfectly. Each action becomes cleaner, as if you have done this 100 times already. The money you earn starts growing faster than you ever imagined possible. It comes in quickly, piling up in ways that feel almost unreal to you. Soon, the amount becomes much larger than anything you have ever seen before. Your surroundings begin to change. As your life slowly improves around you, you now have access to better food, replacing what you once struggled to get. Your mother receives proper care in a place far better than before. Your life now looks completely different from what it used to be, but something begins to feel wrong. Even as everything seems to improve, at night you lie awake, unable to sleep as your thoughts begin to change. You start hearing things that should not be there, and it begins to disturb you. You realize the sounds are not coming from outside but from somewhere else. The noise is coming from inside your own mind, and you cannot escape it. You ignore the feeling and push forward because the rewards are too strong to stop now. The money continues to grow, making it harder for you to even consider stopping. Power begins to shape your thinking as you start believing nothing can touch you. You feel untouchable, like the world cannot stop you anymore. But one night, everything suddenly shifts in a way you could never expect. The situation breaks instantly, and chaos begins to unfold around you. Gunshots echo loudly around you, breaking the silence in violent bursts. You run as fast as you can, trying to escape what is happening. Your movements become faster, driven by fear and instinct. Suddenly you stop as something blocks your path in front of you. A figure stands there facing you. Quietly in the darkness, you recognize the face instantly, and everything inside you freezes. It is someone you once trusted, someone from your past. He lowers his weapon slightly, giving you a brief moment to choose. That small moment becomes the most important decision of your life. But you do not hesitate, your mind already made the choice earlier. You pull the trigger again, ending the moment without turning back. He falls to the ground, and the sound stays with you as you run away. You do not stop running even as everything behind you collapses. Now you are the one being hunted, and there is nowhere left to hide. Every direction feels dangerous, and every sound feels like it is coming for you. There is no escape left, and you finally realize what you have become. You hide in the darkness, trying to stay alive as everything closes in around you. You are completely alone now, with no one left to trust or turn to anymore. Every connection you had is gone, and nothing remains from your past life. The money you chased no longer matters as it slips away from your hands. The power you once held disappears, leaving you with nothing but silence. Then suddenly, you hear the news that changes everything once again. Your mother is gone and you were not there when she needed you. Most she knew everything you had done and chose to turn away from you. That realization breaks something inside you that cannot ever be repaired. You collapse under the weight of everything, unable to hold yourself together. There is nothing left for you now, no reason to keep going forward anymore, so you return once more to the place where everything first changed. This time there is no fear, no hesitation, only quiet acceptance of what comes. Something watches you from the shadows, moving silently, just out of sight. You feel it behind you. But you do not turn because you already understand. You do not raise the weapon because you know this is how it ends. Everything comes full circle, and you are no longer the hunter in this story. Now you are the final prey, and the forest takes back what you once took.